Good morning. My name is Austin. I work here at Serenity House. I got clean here on October 19th of 2014. It is a great day to be clean. Let's start it off with the just for today. Amends and sponsors. We want to be free of our guilt, but we don't wish to do so at the expense of anyone else. Let's face it, most of us left trails of destruction in our wakes and harmed anyone who got in our way. Some of the people we hurt most in our addiction were the people we loved the most. In an effort to purge ourselves of the guilt we feel for what we've done, we may be tempted to share with our loved ones, in gruesome detail, things that are better left unsaid. Such disclosures could do much harm and may do little good. The ninth step is not about easing our guilty consciences. It's about taking responsibility for the wrongs we've done. In working our eighth and ninth steps, we should seek the guidance of our sponsor and amend our wrongs in a manner that won't cause us to owe more amends. We are not just seeking freedom from remorse, we are seeking freedom from our defects. We never again want to inflict harm on our loved ones. One way to ensure that we do not is by working the ninth step responsibly, checking our motives and discussing with our sponsor the particular amends we plan to make before we make them. Just for today, I wish to accept responsibility for my actions. Before making any amends, I will talk with my sponsor. Now, years later, I'm a little more grateful for the eighth and the ninth step, right? In the beginning, I was like, man, I don't need to forget those people from my past and all those things that we, there were some things I needed to do that looked appealing in the step working process because of the freedom that came behind it. But 8 and 9 wasn't something that I was really worried about in the beginning. But come to find out, the steps teach me how to live my life and how to treat people in the relationships that I'm in today. And I get to practice on some old behaviors and some past situations, right? I almost said people that are in my past, but some of those people are still in my life today. And when I think about it, like my son being one of them, right? Like I need to make a living amends. I need to be present in his life. And instead of just going to him and telling him, I had these messed up parents, I was born into this, I didn't know how to be a father, that has nothing to do with my responsibility. My responsibility is to learn how to be a father and be the best father I can. I don't go to him and tell him all these unfortunate circumstances that caused me to be an addict and not be a father. Like I just need to take responsibility, learn how to be a father and be a part of his life. Now don't get me wrong, we've gone into my son is just turned 16. And we've talked like very surface level about some of the things that happened. He knows I used drugs. He knows I got arrested. He knows I went to jail. But he doesn't need to know all those details. What he knows most is that I'm clean today and I'm a part of his life and I don't make excuses. And we've never really sat down and had a conversation. I've never really made amends to my son because I do it by a living amends. I show up and I be a part of his life. And then if he gets to a place where me and my sponsor decide, if he gets to an age or a place where me and my sponsor decide to have that conversation, that'd be different. But right now, and here's what I believe. I think we should be making a living amends to all the people in our life before we ever sit down and have a conversation with them. There were some people that I needed to have a conversation with. But the most important things about step 8 and 9 is if I want to grow up and learn how to take responsibility for my actions today in my relationships with the people I'm in today, I need to do some step work. I need to work this step so I can at least be able to learn how to take my responsibility in something that happened in the past if I'm going to be able to learn to do it daily. And the reason why I stay clean today is because these relationships I have. And so I got to learn how to maintain them and take my responsibility and keep continuing to do positive, good things in them. And I make mistakes, don't get me wrong, which is what step 8 and 9 is about. Like I learned to take responsibility. I learned how not to keep making the same mistakes. And I learned how to go through that in that relationship. And so I hope this gave y'all a hope shot. Tomorrow is Friday. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in.